going to talk about the 2-year-olds here real quick. Now, obviously, we have 4 of them racing in the next generation tonight. And good luck. Really, truly good luck to everybody racing tonight. I would be remiss if I didn't remind everybody there's lots of racing after tonight, too. I have to tell myself that also. But good luck to everybody. Now, 2-year-olds. What's up with the 2-year-olds? Where are they going? What are they doing? And how are they making out? We're going to start with Allie's Got Grit. Now, I had slated Allie's Got Grit to qualify next Thursday. Can Allie qualify, or does Allie have to go to the Meadows the following Tuesday and then off to Illinois? One or the other. Allie was sick for a week, coughing. Today was the first day in 5 days he hadn't been. So no training for him last week, where I'd been in 2.6 with him. He's ready for a qualifier, was ready for a qualifier in 2.1. Let's see, or 2.1 or 2.2. Now I would say that's Meadows, maybe 2.3, 2.4 at Northfield Park. Let's see how this plays out over the next little bit. Arrowhead Hanover is so proud of what this horse has done so far. That third was really good in the All-Stars. He's going to race in the Sire Stakes next Saturday afternoon at the Meadows. Trant was great in her qualifier the other day. So happy with her also. She's getting ready for Lexington. We'll either race her next Saturday or re-qualify her, or take her to the Meadows. Might take her to the Meadows and re-qualify her also. But man, she looked great in Northfield Park qualifying. Aunt Lily is racing tonight in Scioto. Good luck to all my partners and her. Man, she looks like a killer this year. Bluebird Tuxedo Hill. I want everybody to understand that I really only wanted to go in 2.5 with this horse, and then it turned out that the first quarter was real slow. My own personal first quarter was like 33-1. So going much more than 2.7, 2.6 was going to be hard. This horse is probably where everybody was a week or so, maybe even 2 weeks before the open house. So he's missed some time. But he's coming on. He is in to go on Wednesday. I would suspect we're probably looking at a mile and 2.3, 2.4 from him, which doesn't put him in the winner's circle, but it does put him in the race. So we'll see how Bluebird Tuxedo does. Blue Ventura race grading in today, finishing third, but third behind 2 horses. One will never beat, one will likely never race against again, and did it with shoes that I'm pretty sure he was slipping on up front. I'm almost positive in saying that. Got out of gear a couple of times in the mile, but nothing found under scope for that weakness on the end of the mile. And, you know, when you factor in how he looked at a couple of times in the mile, out of gear, and just felt like he was slipping, and now how quickly he fizzled out for a horse that already showed a quarter 27 in the previous 2 weeks, I'm almost 100% certain that he was slipping a little bit, and we can remedy that. Cadeau races tonight. Good luck to everybody with Cadeau. He's coming in sharp, looking good. Captain Incredible, I believe, has been in 2.8 now. I know Harry is lobbying hard to miss that middle of July deadline to qualify him, and I'm apt more just to leave him alone. Let him qualify him when he is. If he's as good as 3 very professional trainers have told me that have sat behind him at 3 different times this year, then he's worth waiting for. And whatever Harry decides is fine with me. Century Legion qualified good. I just saw a note come in from Harry that he wanted to put flip-flops back on him. I don't disagree with that at all. I believe that his feet are hurting him a little bit, and flip-flops may be the way to go for Century Legion. Chicago Hall. Yes, we trained him the other day. There was a few specks of blood. Does that mean at some point he might find Lasix? Yes. I was thinking long and hard about it, and the one thing that popped up after about 5 or 10 minutes, it wasn't out of sight, out of mind, but I hadn't thought about it in quite a while, was the situation surrounding 3 Point Blue Chip as a 2-year-old. Because we waited to put him on Lasix, he missed racing in the Breeders' Crown Final and ended up winning the Matron immediately on Lasix. So I'm more apt to think about that, and the reason I draw such similar conclusions is because 3 Point Blue Chip always did show a little bit of blood also, just a few trickles. We thought, if we can put him on the nebulizer and, try and dry him up good for the next race, he'll be all right. And every week it was something else we were going to try, and every week there was just a couple of streaks found there. I think it's almost the exact same situation. So I'm more apt to think, if we continue to be aggressive with his allergies, and if we continue to... He trained so strong on Friday, and I was shocked to hear that he had bled even a drop. I was shocked, but it was there. And again, that draws me even to more conclusions of 3 Point Blue Chip. He did the same thing with us a number of times. So we can't race Chicago Hall on Lasix because of the time frame and withdrawals, but we will look at a gap in his schedule where there might be 2 weeks off, and at that point you may see Chicago Hall join the Lasix program, I think. But still optimistic. There wasn't a ton of blood, just a few drops found there on Friday, and I'm sure we can draw him up. We can put him back to the place he was before we trained him. How's that? And we'll see how he races on Tuesday evening. Cleveland Masha is training down now. Now, I don't know how much he's been. I'm going to guess 219 or 220, which puts her on line to race in Quebec in that Three Rivers Stake, I believe, later in the summer. This is a shadow play filly that had that mysterious injury training down, but is sound as a dollar and training good now, which is good to hear. Country Dancing was awesome the other day, but still about the 11th fastest mile of the day. You know, I tell you guys all the time, and we really got to take it to heart, just because we have nice horses doesn't mean other people don't also. In Country Dancing by Poppy Rob Hanover, it looks like the biggest loss to horse racing will potentially be Poppy Rob Hanover. You know, they were trying to raise his fertility level, I believe. Now, again, if I'm wrong, my apologies. I know the end result's the same. There's a real issue with Poppy Rob Hanover's heart, and he can't breed a whole lot of horses right now. He couldn't at the end of the season. It may end up being a heart condition that he succumbs to, unfortunately. And regardless whether it's a diminished ability to breed horses or an injury that may put him in peril, it appears the loss of Poppy Rob Hanover, even in his rookie breeding season, could be substantial to horse racing. The Poppy Robs that I've seen have been very strong, much like he was, very pit bullish and very, 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 very fast. So Country Dancing is a very fast filly. 1 mile and 54 off a mile in 2 minutes in her qualifier speaks volumes. I think she's got a lot of bright spots left in her for the rest of the year. But man, we'll stick to the Stallion Series for right now with Country Dancing, but eager as Kentucky approaches, eager to see if we can get her at 100% sound, strong, comfortable, mechanically speaking, maybe even let her hobbles out and let her dance in Kentucky. Yeah, I'm eager to see what's going to take place in that regard. Dancing by myself out in the field now. We're going to give him some time off. Just interfering, hitting himself. I've seen this record play. That, as I like to say, that movie. I've seen this movie a lot of times before, and we're going to change things up and just stop, and give him some time off. Dancing in my socks dumped me out the other day at the fair. I'm going to drop the hammer on him this week when he races in the Buckeye, whenever it happens. We're going to square up this week, Dancing in my socks. I don't think he got a chance to race that well at the fair, as the track was super deep. He did all he could in the race, and I can't fault him for that. But I'd like to see a quicker, stronger, more durable colt emerge over the next little while. It very well likely could. Fire and Shine, man, the Catch the Fire seem to be showing up well. The one that won the race of Blue Ventura today was Catch the Fire. There's been some really, really good looking ones, and although Fire and Shine, I think, is a Buckeye filly. I think she's a nice filly, and I can't wait to race her too in the weeks to come. Freedom Hill looked great the other night. A little short, which was fine. We played into that narrative. Were we a little arrogant? By we, I mean me. Yes, I believe so. I just didn't think we needed to train her hard to race the other night. And with the Sire Stake coming up in 7 days, I still stand by that, even though we were defeated by another Ohio bred. Let's look the Lockhorns with that filly again when our filly's a little tighter, and we'll see how we do. But I will be completely honest with everybody. It's a damn good looking filly that run us down. She looked very, very good. Mocha something or other. She looked very good the other day in racing. Foxy Seaside looked great in her first victory. Trained her. She looked awesome today. Jason Merriman told me at Northfield Park. We will see how she races. She will see how she races in the Sire Stakes with Gorgeous Package next week at Northfield. Also, I jumped over her, didn't I? Talked about Freedom Hill, yes. Gaslight Hall trained great on Wednesday. I suspect he trained good again today. He's getting close. I told Dominic end of July is when I would like to have him ready to go. Sometimes Dom likes to put a lot of 220 miles into him. He's already seen a lot of 220 miles. End of July, I want to see this horse ready to go. Gorgeous Package, she's ready to go. Was a winner in her first start. She's racing tonight. And just to put it in perspective, she still picked to win from the 8-hole. That, keep in mind, there's a lot of first-time starters in there. The 8-hole is still the 8-hole, and I suspect and hope she does well. We'll see how that plays out. Grand Old Chap continues to train down. He's been in 250. The Long Old Haul, our sights are firmly set on September for this guy, so we'll see how if we can get him there in by September. Grand Slam Dio is trained great this week. Looks good coming in. Scoped good. And Scott knows her now. This will be round 2 with Scotty. Really round 3, truth be told. But round 2 with Scotty. And I think she'll do very, very well tomorrow. So good luck to both of them. All my partners and Scott with Grand Slam deal. Green Glitter, I was extremely concerned after the warm-up last night. Very pacey, very out of gear in the warm-up, in the post-parade, same thing. But like all of our horses, when push came to shove and that bell rang, she showed up in a big way, and I actually underdrove her, which I was okay with. A very James-like drive with her, and I'm okay with that. Last half, 57-1. Last quarter, 28-1 or 28-2. A mile and 59. She's getting there, and she has a Stallion Series coming up in 10 days. We're going to enter her on Thursday, which would be 6 days back. I'm okay with. And then another 6 days back would be her Stallion Series in Philadelphia. I don't mind that either. Just means for very light training in between. Gymboree, I'm excited to see her race this week. I want to see how this filly does with Scotty. I want to see what the scope reveals also with this filly after her next race. He's a great guy. He's on the bubble. Is he going to be in the sale? There's a possibility of it, I think, where he's a great guy. Will likely find himself on the sale board. I got to be honest. When he raced the other day, he felt like he was doing all he could do with a mile and 2-3. That's just not what we're looking for here at the stable. So we're likely going to move on from him also. High Hopes, I was torn about turning her out. She touched her left jack up high and put a pretty good contusion on there. Are we going to tinker with her shoes and try her again? I'm torn. I don't know. I said we're turning her out for 3 weeks. I still may stand behind that. I'm torn. I'm going to take the weekend to think about it. I don't play nice. We'll race probably in the Buckeye. His first start. No, maybe the Sire Stakes. He gets around Northfield good. The first one's in Northfield. So he likely will race in Northfield in the first Sire Stakes. But I'm going to take a look at all the horses racing right now, whether it be the next generation or whether it be overnights, and say, okay, can he compete with the best of the best right now? If the answer is no, then he's going to the Stallion Series, or the Buckeye Series. I'm a Trucker, is starting to train now. The horse looks very, very good. The time away definitely helped him. Makes me actually, this is the reason I want to turn High Hopes in for 3 weeks, is how good I'm a Trucker came back. I'm ready too. Won't probably be back till August 1st, which I'm fine with. Leggy also, mild work right now. You probably won't see her doing any heavier lifting for quite a while. These are two horses, that the aforementioned one, that I'm a Trucker, and Leggy, that I think will do lots of work. But later on in the year, I want to have them for the winter. LT Troubadour, just not the track to race him on. That was my fault. That was an error on my part. I'd pushed Jason to put him into fairs, and just a mistake. I don't think it was wise. So he'll bounce back his next start. If the Stallion Series, if the Buckeye Series is in Scioto, I'm more likely to take him to the 5/8 and try and keep him there. That means that we race the next Sire Stake on the 5/8, so be it. But LT Troubadour is going to get around a 5/8 better than half. So that's what I'm more than likely going to look to do with him. Melisandre, I'll train her Wednesday morning. Did not train her today. I still want to have her ready for Lexington. Probably going to see her find the race bike a mile and 2:10 on Wednesday. Where are we at now? Memento Mori is dialed in. I think you're probably going to see Scott put him on the front tomorrow, and he'll race good, I'm sure. Mountaineer Prince, fingers crossed. I said I'd love to see this horse race good for Donnie on Monday, so good luck to Donnie. All my partners on Mountaineer Prince. My Wicked Heart will likely find will find the preferred sale her next start. We'll look to race her, change her shoes beforehand, but she's likely going in the sale. By likely, I mean she absolutely 100% is going in the sale. Never Lose Felix has gone to the field. I just think this horse needs to mature. And I don't mind My Wicked Heart. I might joke about this, but she's not good enough, right? So I'm going to be more apt to look at horses that are good enough and protect them. And one of those horses is, I believe, Never Lose Felix. Oh, he'll know? I think you're going to find her in the Sire Stake. That was a hell of a mile the other day at that fair. Go back and look at the results. 4 seconds faster than one of the other filly divisions. Now, it's hard because there's not gold fillies there, but man, she looked really, really, really good. I can make a case to go to the Stallion Series or the Sire Stakes with her. Pelican Al, he's going to stay out probably for another week or so, and then we'll bring him back in. Princess Dream, as I said, I think she'll be ready in 3 weeks now. Time is ticking down for her, and that's not a countdown where she has to be ready at this time. There's no has to be ready time for her to be ready, but I would like to see her in Gaslight Hall ready at the end of July. Resolve Indeed has been in 2.5 now. I believe Harry was training her in 2.5 today. He has fallen in love with her, which I knew he would. She's a really, really, really nice filly. Rosa and AJ. 9-hole tonight kind of sucks. A little birdie told me we might have a scratch. We'll see if that's true or not. But I have high hopes for Rosa and AJ for the rest of the year. 9-hole is going to be tough. But we're going to play the hand we're dealt. Rosa and Alexandra are probably going to train her. Now you're going to see her show up in the Buckeye, her first start. And that will be the first Buckeye. And I know I have plans to, we've been galloping her hard. Her cardio is up. I'm going to put her in the bike on Wednesday, probably train her in 2.5, last quarter in 28 apiece, just to see if we have successfully got her out of her knee and are going to be able to keep her out of her knee. That's the plan for Rose Run Alexandra as I speak right now. Rosetta, just out of sorts the other night. We're going to school her Tuesday, get the flip-flops off her, put the normal shoes on her. That's if all her blood comes back good. She's going to school on Tuesday. V Martingale on and a mini bit instead of a snake cord. A lot went into that scratch last night. Let's see. I would love to be wrong and say that she didn't tie up and she was healthy. I would love for me to be wrong. I don't know if we are yet. We'll know when we get the blood back tomorrow. She sits at the bar as, again, stall rest for now, for the next little while, and then she'll be out to the field. Southwind Idax, same thing. He's going to the field. He's just too big. He's too big right now. There's nothing wrong with that. There's a well-bred, good-looking horse in there. Let's let him become the horse we want him to be, and if he isn't, he isn't, but he needs to go out in the field for that to happen. Speed of Sound also, gigantic filly. I'm just going to give her some time. She's been at 210, but she's just not ready to go. The Priest was sick the other day. We had to scratch him. We had to scratch the Priest the other day. I'll be back going with him this week. Again, he'll likely be training. Does he go to Indiana? Probably go to Indiana with him and just see what we have. Trevino on green went and schooled the other day at Grand River. I'm going to give him another week-by-week reprieve. You want another week? Fine. You've got another week. You're on the clock. I want to see what Trevino on green can do. Otherwise, he'll be going to the field also. Wander Hill will be going to the sale. Definitely going to sell Wander Hill in the next season. She's not good enough. Nice, fair horse. Might make somebody a Buckeye horse. Trot all day long now. It's just not fast enough for us. And he's going to be up for sale. Westland Warrior. One of my most watched horses this weekend will be this guy, by myself. I want to see what this guy does. I want to get the feedback from Eric and Scott and see where we're going with Westland Warrior. What a lady, what a night. The sickness I was told about today may actually keep her out of qualifying Thursday. If it does, she'll qualify Tuesday at the Meadow. She's ready to go right now, aside from a little sickness. And Woodmere Betcha, again, week to week. Ultrasounds every 2 weeks to see how that injury is coming, and jogging all the while to make sure she stays up. So that's the plan with her. So that's all your 2-year-olds. Now you know everything. 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds. I'm not doing the opening until tomorrow after Oak Grove, but hopeful, excited, optimistic, eager are the words I would use for Saturday and Sunday to start off our summer stakes here at the stable. So with that, I'll let you go. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend.